A nuclear icebreaker is a type of ship specifically designed for navigating through icy waters. It is powered by nuclear reactors, which generate heat that is used to produce steam and drive turbines, providing propulsion and electricity for the ship's operation. Here is a list of some notable nuclear icebreaker ships.
The Arktika. Although it has not entered service, the Arktika is to be the most powerful icebreaking ship in the world in the near future. Commissioned by the Russian Navy, it's the lead ship of Project 2020, which is essentially Russia's framework to create the world's most powerful fleet of nuclear icebreakers. Now, the staggeringly high $1.16 billion contract to build the ship was awarded to the state-backed United Shipbuilding Corporation on August 3rd of 2012, and they began construction at St. Petersburg Baltic Shipyard on November 1st of that year. Now, the ship itself is set to make use of nuclear energy and will be powered by an onboard nuclear power plant that consists of two 175-megawatt RITM-200 pressurized water reactors and two 36-megawatt turbo generators. These will work in conjunction with three 6.2-meter-long propellers that are powered by several 27,000 horsepower electric motors to produce about 60 megawatts of propulsion power. This combined force will allow the ship, which weighs in at a monstrous 33,500 tons, to break ice that is as much as 2.8 meters thick at a continuous speed of about 1.5 to 2 knots. However, the ship has run into several issues during construction. The first came in July of 2017, when Russian President Vladimir Putin had to push back the ship's completion date due to delays related to the Crimean crisis in Ukraine, which had forced the company to order parts from a number of Russian firms rather than the Ukrainian ones that they ordered from initially. Then in February of 2020, it was reported that the propulsion motor on the starboard shaft had failed due to a short circuit, and as a result, a 300-ton motor had to be replaced. When you further consider that the issues with the manufacturing of its steam turbines has caused construction to be delayed even further, we believe that it may be quite some time before we see the Arktika in action. The Yamal. Continuing the trend of Russian icebreakers on this list is the Yamal. Now, construction of the ship began in 1986, and it was officially registered for service in 1992. Unsurprisingly, her main purpose is to keep shipping lanes open through her icebreaking abilities. And this is done thanks to the ship's impressive specs. Like the 50 Lepobody, it's powered by two 170-megawatt OK900A nuclear reactors and two 27.6-megawatt steam turbo generators, allowing it to reach a maximum speed of 20.6 knots, despite it weighing in at a staggering 23,000 tons. Due in part to its unique double hull, when combined with its strong propulsion, the ship can easily break through 2.3-meter thick ice, with 5 meters said to be its maximum. However, if reports are to be believed, the breakage of relatively small 9-meter ridges has been documented. As a result, the ship is highly sought after for several other uses beyond simple ship lane clearance. Primarily, the ship also has a second role in acting as a cruise ship for Arctic expeditions. Able to fit 100 passengers in 50 two-person cabins, the ship's amenities include a large dining room, library, passenger lounge, auditorium, volleyball court, gymnasium, heated indoor swimming pool, sauna, and infirmary. However, outside of cruise ship expectations, it's also seen use as a transport vehicle for Russian research stations, having taken part in two operations known as North Pole 36 and North Pole 37. The ship carried drifting ice stations filled with explorers, dogs, and hundreds of pounds of cargo to their Arctic locations, and eventually transported them back once their research missions were over. As a result, it's clear that this ship is truly an invaluable asset. The Tamir. Built in 1989 by the former USSR in Helsinki, Finland, the Tamir is one of the largest polar icebreakers ever built. Generating its power from a 171-megawatt nuclear reactor and two 18.4-megawatt turbo generators, the ship is extremely strong, as it is able to easily break through 2-meter thick ice while in regular operation. Now, what makes this ship stand apart is that it's a shallow draft vessel, meaning it can operate in areas that are as little as 80 centimeters deep without running aground. As a result, despite it not being the most powerful ship in the Russian fleet, it certainly has a lot of utility. The USCGC Polar Star. As one of the United States' premier heavy icebreakers, the USCGC Polar Star stands apart not only due to its massive strength, but also due to its advanced technologies. Now, it goes without saying that it's a powerful ship. After all, its 6 3,000 horsepower diesel engines and 3 25,000 horsepower gas turbines allow it to travel at a maximum speed of 18 knots, while being able to move through 1.8 meter thick ice at a speed of 3 knots. However, what makes this ship special is that its engines, generators, turbines, and other operation-related tools are all controlled by computerized propulsion control system, with the ship's navigation being done by computer as well. As a result of this automation, the ship can run effectively with just 136 crew members aboard despite its massive size. The 50-let Pobedy. Translating to 50 years of victory in English, the 50-let Pobedy is one of the shining stars of the Russian icebreaker fleet. Construction of this massive ship began on October 4th of 1989 at the Baltic shipyard in modern-day St. Petersburg, Russia. However, due to the lack of funding, the construction was halted in 1994, was restarted in 2003, and was finally completed in 2007. Powered by two 170-megawatt OK900 nuclear reactors and two 27.6-megawatt steam turbo generators, it stands apart due to it being able to reach speeds of up to 21.4 knots, despite it weighing in at a rather large 23,439 tons. Interestingly, it's also the first Russian icebreaker to use a spoon-shaped bow, which increases the efficiency of the ship's efforts in breaking the ice in front of it. Yet it's this ship's unconventional uses that are perhaps the most interesting. Most notably, it has been used as a cruise ship since 1989 and can carry 128 guests in 64 two-person cabins. As a result, it has a number of luxury features such as an exercise facility, swimming pool, library, restaurant, a massage parlor, and a music salon. Additionally, it was also used as part of the Sochi 2014 Olympic Games, as it was the ship that sent the Olympic flame to the North Pole as part of the festivities. As a result, it's clear that the 50-let Pobedy certainly is a special ship. Thank you all for watching. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and smash that notification button so that you never miss another one of our videos.